Hello and welcome to the next episode in this disaster series, which is all about this Lego room and my life. Now in the last upload we made loads and loads of progress, and in this one it's not started so well, and we're 13 seconds in because, as you can tell, I am now stood in a different area of the rooms. I have moved this table over. Now this was all in anticipation for a storage upload, which I actually started to do late last night, and then the reality hit quite hard that I'm not going to be able to fit the units that I bought from IKEA underneath these tables. Not only did that go wrong, the other parallel upload to this, which is all about the unboxing area, it is still soaking wet in there. The floor's not dried off, so I still can't finish that upload. So we are now doing two of these parallel. So depending on if you've seen an unboxing video in the new room, it means that would have been finished. If you're still yet to see an unboxing video in that room and you're watching this video first, it's really not going well. So we'll carry on with a bit of fun today, because I can't do anything underneath the tables, but we can really tuck into the rest of the stuff that we didn't finish in the absolute mammoth hour upload pre-Christmas. Now this is between Christmas and New Year, so I want to try and get everything ready on top of these tables for the start of the 2024 season, so we're all up together and you know exactly what is going on. Now I need to do all of this section, so all this Marvel and the DC superhero stuff, that will be uploaded in a separate video, because I just need to finish off this Disney castle, and I am in the very far through the Avengers tower. So when that's done, both of those will be placed in a complete placing upload for this area, so that'll be its own separate thing, which means that leaves us to the rest of the misery slash fun. So first thing first, what we are going to do, we're going to start off with the Harry Potter display. So I did start to tick all this in the upload, which you will never see, and I think the reality hit very quickly on that. With what I wanted to do with this base plate just here, I don't think it's going to fit. But I will run you in where we've got to and what all this disaster series is all about. So where we have got to spot on is we are starting to do from here. So we've got the Rivendell, the Winnie the Pooh, the Haunted House, and the Stranger Things, and the He-Man Castle is all in. Now here's where it's going to get a little bit tricky, and I'll explain that in a second. What I wanted to do with this Harry Potter display is, basically, I wanted to have it as a nice L shape, because this set just here was ready for potentially the new bank. Now you can see what the issue is. I can't do two that way and I can't do two that way. I can do a 3:1 ratio, so I can have that there like so, and I can spin you round like so, and then I'm stuck with this one just here. So this is a nightmare, because I wanted 2 and a 2, and then basically base plate all of these. I've even got the grey base plates out and ready. See, I was being organised, so they're all there ready to go. I was going to put them across, and then that could have all got tiled, and that's where that display was going to go. And then there was going to be a Kallax going underneath this table for an underground roller coaster track slash display. Now that can still happen, that is a good thing. I just need to actually get the correct size display unit to go underneath there, and we will be fine. But what I have done, and what has gone wrong, is I got a Kallax unit to go underneath these tables, and there's just too much underneath. Now it looks a lot worse than what it is. It was a lot neater than this literally yesterday morning, because that's where that other video kind of finished, and the other upload of that actually goes live tonight. Not that makes a difference within the timestamp, but we are between Christmas and New Year, so this is the Saturday before New Year, so I think it's New Year's Eve tomorrow, so that's where we are on the timeline. So I've got today and tomorrow to basically get this ready for the Avengers tower and the castle, and then that is what I'm going to sort out. So like I said, all the Marvel stuff will have to wait. That looks worse than what it is, because I've just done a short for the Doctor Strange. That is literally a box. Now what I have done is I've made a lot of space underneath this table here, where all of these boxes are basically going to live for now. And then in this Kallax here, I can go through all of that, sort all of that out, and then it can just live in there nice and simple, because I want a basically storage bin for pieces, because I'm going to be ordering a lot of leaves and tiles and basically copying this. So that is the plan of attack for the Harry Potter. I just need all these different shapes, all these different colours, so it's lots of different greys just in there for the Harry Potter section. Now we've already worked out, again thanks to Jay's Toy Collection UK, that each of these tables take 8 full base plates. So for the Star Wars display, for example, there's going to be 8 base plates underneath the UCS ship. So that'd be nice and simple. I will test that theory in this upload with the grey base plates, and then potentially you have to swap them over for the tan base plates because of what that battle will be for. Because it's all to do with the Clone Wars. I think it would look a little bit bright, a little bit more bright and vibrant, having a different colour underneath the white rather than the grey. So that would be absolutely fine. But issue. Starting over with where I've moved this table. Now this table is actually going to stay here. I much prefer it here. It's just, I've got to have access to the back panel because there is stuff in it, which means this table needs to move backwards and forwards smoothly. So it's not a problem, I can do that. The issue I had before is I raised the table up on a little bit of wood because this one was sticking out as it is. So we've got it full length, as you can see, full length. That one goes left to right, and then we've got full length. So we have basically created, as you can see, a nice E shape. And it means I don't have to have this table raised up because the loft ladders won't hit the top. Again, the floor looks worse than what it needs to be. That'll all be tidied up very, very quickly. That's fine. That'll all get done in this upload. But, problem. That's not so much of a problem, but it could be. Is I raise this up to be level with this. Now, this table is raised on a bit of wood. Now, if I drop the wood, it won't be raised to that, which I don't think will be a problem, but then it means all 3 of these tables can be kissing, touching, and we can make a nice E display. But I just don't know what to do with the Ninjago, because it works well on one table, and we've left space with this orange plane for a base plate and a half, but I just don't know whether to put the Ninjago in the new unboxing area on top of a long Kallax, because I've spun the Kallax round. I can't show you, I could show you, but it's such a mess when I don't want to really spoil it for that upload in case this goes uploaded before the other one, because it is a proper nightmare. But it's like 1 meter and a bit long, so it's a 4x3, but I spun it around, so it's 3 cubes high and it's 4 cubes in length, which means we could have all of these in a long straight line with the new one, which would free up basically this table, and then we'd have nothing on this table. Now the other thing is we move the Ninjago over, and then we can then do a nice wide display with this one. I think we would have enough room. So what I'm going to do now with you is we'll just see how much it overhangs, and if we think we could potentially cut a base plate to fit. So that just needs to move over. Like I said, this is just all in rough. That can be pushed back a little bit more for now. That's all right. So don't forget, this is representing the Gringotts Bank. So that is the white unit. Now, it looks sensational on display like this. Now, there are other ways of doing it. You can just have this in a long line, but I can't fit it in. I don't have the length. Make your jokes as you will. Now, that is what I wanted to do. I'm going to have to put that car underneath it so it doesn't fall off. There we go. So we'll use a Speed Champions car as a prop. That is the size of the display. That's what it would look like. And then we would basically base plate here all the way. Almost at an angle because it's just not quite perfect. It takes up a lot of space, but it does mean potentially I can put some little shops in. I can get some more of the cost-effective Harry Potter sets as well, and then we can basically make like a little walkway, and that could be quite a nice display. Now, to do that, I don't know if we could potentially get away with it with the overlap, like so, if I drop this table down. So if these tables are level, we've got the Ninjago obviously starts on this crease, and it comes all the way over and it finishes, because this is on its own standalone table and there's nothing here at the moment. From a space perspective, that works absolutely fine, because it goes from one land to another like they do in the parks, and we just have like literally like a little entrance going to and from. This also would allow me to have potentially a train or something else in, and then we have this space here for something else. Or it's all Harry Potter, so we just have one table for Harry Potter, because remember, if this is dropped down, we can't get anything else in there. But that Bearing in mind all of that will be base plated and it will all be tiled and it's all going to be cut to fit. So there's a lot of work to do, but that is where I'm at the moment. Now looking at that, from where I'm stood, I think that works nicely. Now what I have done is I have pushed this, there's a gap behind here because I brought this actually forward just to basically meet it all up. It's all to do with the loft ladders and where they kiss and hit. Now I can push this back so it's right at the edge like so, and I can push this one back so it's right at the edge like so, and that is how much you would then see of the next set, which I think would look nice because of how the angle is. I think visually that would look very, very impressive. Right, the tables have dropped. It is the following day, and yes, this is the state of my face because last night was very, very late. Not for anything fun, because it was raining, like you can hear now probably in the background on the roof, and the unboxing area, the felt is completely ripped off and it's just a nightmare. So there was puddles coming through, and it was even worse after I stopped filming. So you'd already seen that last week. This is the aftermath and the following day. So that is now a complete write-off. As I would have said, we can't do anything in there for weeks, which means today we're still going to do what we're going to do. We've dropped the table, we're going to get the Harry Potter bits and pieces in, we're going to wrap it around and do all that kind of thing. Then I need to salvage some tables and basically make a shorter table underneath that so I can pull the table out, so I can actually use this still as an unboxing area, bring the lights up because obviously they come squashed down, and I can figure out how I can still do unboxing videos here, because I had almost finished the Avengers Tower and I was hoping to do a Daily Bugle versus Avengers Tower comparison today. And I don't think I'm going to have time for that, which is really, really annoying. But on a positive, we are here. So you can see what the plan of attack is. That is the bit in the corner like so. So remember, that would be eventually the new Harry Potter set. Not happening for a while, but we're just seeing if it's going to work. That is how much that overhangs into the Ninjago area. The table's still a little bit wobbly because I need to level up all the feet, but we can do that as we go. That slides across, so I've moved the table over enough where I can get enough space for this. Obviously, if you're off by a stud, it will just slightly tip back, which is what we don't want to happen. But it does allow us to do this. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit fun and tricky, because I can get 4 base plates down the front like so. So obviously they'll all be tiled. They're not going to be road plates, obviously, so they'll just be your normal studs. I've got plenty of different ones, so it'll just be those. That'll all have to be cut, and then it goes in to where that car is for the next section, and then the white is basically something else. So that is how that would look at this layout. But until that one is in, I don't know if that is going to work. To be honest, luckily, it doesn't actually need to move because that overhangs there anyway, so that would be touching, and we've got a gap, so it's only the boat that's in the way, so this necessarily does not have to move whatsoever. That will obviously have to move because it's not supposed to be part of this collection. And then it's a case of what do we do with this table. Now, I potentially might have to spare this table just for the next couple of days, which means this is going to last a couple of days, but I want to get the Disney Castle basically finished. We do not want to lose those parts because this is all the bits and pieces from the bottom, so I want to get that repaired, and then in the next upload from here actually get the Disney Castle placed with the Avengers Tower. Now I don't know where to put it. I don't know whether to have that here and then move that down to the side and then it carries on with other little bits and pieces, or it stays as it is in front of the marble stuff, which might look quite nice, and then the coaster tucks behind it and beside it, so you've got a nice bit of height on this table, but then you've got even more height, he says as he breaks his neck, more height behind it with the Daily Bugle and what will be the Avengers Tower on that pile. So that's potentially what I'm thinking. Now if that is the case, that can just stay there, and it would just have to move over to here when I do the unboxing for the Avengers Tower, because like I said, I can't do that anywhere else. So I need to basically make a little bit of room, and then we'll see exactly where I'm at. Right, Disney Castle has moved. Pieces are in front of it that came off, so I can actually get that repaired, and the rest of the bits and pieces are in that box. So that is going to be my building table until that is repaired, fixed and done. And then what I'll do is I'll dump that onto this table, and then we can get this bit done in a different upload, and then I think we can carry on with this upload, I think. But talking of carrying on, this fan, now it was over there and it was out the way. It's not going to work over there anymore. The only thing I can think of is putting it on that top shelf, because that has to move anyway. So if I can make if that space is bigger than a 32 stud width, which I don't think it is, it could go right in the middle, because it should fit, hopefully, angled, because it's deceivingly massive, this thing. If not, we are in trouble. Well, that escalated quickly, so I've now moved the Daily Bugle and I'm about to bring up the Avengers tower, which is going to be emotional because I've got to carry up the loft like this. So I'm going to place you down and see how badly this is going to smash. So I place you just there and I will be back in a second. Well, what a higgity-piggity couple of days that has been, but we are now January the 1st. Where that comes from, I don't know. We are currently rendering the brand new giveaway purchase for January the 1st. That's going to be uploaded literally as soon as possible. That as soon as that file's done, that's going straight up. And then hopefully this video will follow. And this one, not this video, this video. So we are about to place and prep the Daily Bugle and the Avengers tower side by side. I need to get some material done and all that kind of thing. Now, I did have a little bit of a mess around yesterday to try and move the bits and pieces with the head, move that over. I thought, will that fit in there? Can I get that fan up? Because we spoke about the fan. I cannot create a 32 by 32 base plate space. So that is not going to work. So I am going to throw that back over in anticipation, ready to do this video. So all I need to do is get the minifigures together, or some of the minifigures together for the Daily Bugle, because it's just so many minifigures to go through. I think what I'm going to do is cheat and actually go online, because more than likely I don't know where they all are anyway. So that is that. That I will go through every single minifigure in nice, great detail. And I just need a full table. I've got both boxes at the ready, got the instruction manuals, I think, at the ready as well. And then we can just see exactly what is going to be occurring. So wish me luck with this. What I will do is I'll catch back up with myself once this video is finished and been put together to go online. And then I can just chill out for an hour or two up here and then carry on going over this, because obviously what I've had to do again is I've had to dump bits and pieces in a different thing, and I've got to figure out how I'm going to incorporate that massive thing with this, because it did look very, very impressive. I didn't actually realize how big that ship is, or how much bigger that is compared to the Quinjet, with regards to it being in the actual film as well. So I've been doing a little bit of research, but let's get this done and then I will catch back up with myself hopefully today. If not, it'll be next week. Right, the display for the unboxing video is slowly coming together. That's what they look like side by side. Now, if you've not seen the unboxing video, it will be uploaded before this, and I'm doing a full comparison of those two. But just to get the instructions and the box artwork and everything from this, I've now got no floor again. This is why it was really important to me to spend all my Christmas getting the new area sorted, because this was going to be the first video. And obviously it's not gone that way, hence why I am always tripping over myself. But every time it gets messy, it will get put back neater and neater, so I can just grab things easier and easier. And the realization is I'm just going to have to do the unboxing bits and pieces up here for a longer period of time. But I have got all of the big box artwork. Look, so just there I've got the Daily Bugle box. We can compare that box to that box. They're all flat packed, they're all neat and tidy under the table, but because it is so neat under there, I've then got to rip everything out, and then it gets messy, and then I've just got to put it back again. It's, you know, there's worse things, isn't there? But it does mean that I've had to push all of this stuff over, which was looking half decent day before last, but this will be put back because obviously this is going to be our Star Wars display. Still not too sure what we're going to do with that. I am making space in those cubes, so potentially it would just have to go in there. I am actually very, very tempted to bring the roller coaster track to where that gunship is, have the gunship facing the other way, so I can actually see the plaque, so I don't have to worry about it, but I can still see the front. And then it just leaves one more table for the Star Wars, so we'll have big coaster, only 2 tables for Star Wars instead of 3, and then you've got the Jurassic Park, because we have lost this thing here. Now that is still rendering at 93%. I'm about to do some shorts and that kind of thing for this. Then I'm going to have I reckon, a very, very long unboxing video, because I want to go through everything in massive, massive detail. Let us know if you like that kind of thing, rather than just like an overall. Do you like going through the minifigures, the box artwork, the instruction manuals, everything in great detail? Or do you just want to see the set like, that's the set, done, finished, and it's 5 minutes? I hate that myself, personally. But I know sometimes it's too long-winded, like this upload. So I will move on, get that up ready, get that going. It's going to be a very, very, very busy January the 1st. Prep work involved for this is actually taking longer than more than likely than what the video will be, but hopefully that is going to be bright enough. How I'm actually going to put this video together, I have no idea, but with these lights off, that does look quite smart. Now, obviously, ideally, they need to be slightly wider, they need to be at a slightly different angle. I can move these depending on where they want to go. That is why I really, really wanted to get the other room done, but it is what it is. So my thought process now is I need to basically set up 3 tables, because I can't really move this multiple times, or I can, but it's just going to be a bit of a nightmare, because I need to do the instruction booklets, boxes, and the set. And I am in the process of finding, yeah, he says finding, those nice colourful lights, because when I'm doing the video on the camera, depending on where these are angled, I'll be able to have now a backlight at a different colour. So hopefully the camera that I've got will be picking it up clear enough. I know it'll work on my phone. The only problem with this GoPro is when I do this kind of thing, you can't see the minifigures. It just doesn't focus on them. For the buildings, it'll be absolutely fine, but it's not what I want to do for that. So I need to find 1 or 2 of the important minifigures if I can for the Daily Bugle. Where they are, I have absolutely no idea. I'm not going to lie. More than likely, that'll just be bodged and done online. All I want is the Punisher, which I've got there. Hopefully Daredevil is about, because those are the 2 most important figures to that set. If not, Daredevil will be hanging out, well, somewhere in that Marvel display, and I'm never ever going to be able to find him. Then I can get that video done. Like I said, then as it starts rendering in the background, which we'll be doing on here, I have to then start flat packing all of this away, and then we can carry on. Right, we are going strong with this. I've come up with an idea. It's a side-by-side comparison. I really hope that this comes through on camera. Okay, I've done an hour. I've done the boxes because I've had to move so much stuff. This is why, now this is behind the scenes of the behind the scenes of why this is always so messy. But boxes are done. Got all the instruction booklets to go through. Minifigures I'll go through, and then what it comes with. So if you haven't checked the video out, please give it a watch, because even if you just let it watch in the background so YouTube thinks you like it, this is going to be the hardest thing I have ever had to put together. But my head is already thinking of, do I have to keep a table free up here to be able to do this more often? And then in the what was going to be the unboxing area just becomes like a parts area / build area instead. I don't know. Let me know what you think. With help from Pumpkin, this is done, and they look like they've gone through an absolute battle. I've stripped those to the inch of its life. I just need to do an intro to this video, so I need to figure out how I'm going to do that now. I need to probably use this camera for that. Then I've got to put this all together, but it's that cold in here. I've got 2 t-shirts, 2 hoodies, and 2 pairs of trousers on at the moment, because the wind that's coming through these vents is disgusting. But close look at these 2 side by side, they do look mega. So feel free to check that video out if you want to. If it's not your kind of thing, don't worry. However, the video that is going to follow this one is both of these being placed. So what I need to do now is I need to get this video together, and then we can carry on with this one. Right, I'm not going to lie, again, super tired, but today is Saturday. the 13th. Now, if you've been keeping track of this started on New Year's Day. So this video is over 13 days long. And I do believe I said that the plan of attack was to make sure that all of these tops and everything else was neat and tidy for the 1st of January. It looks even worse than what it did last year, which is absolutely sensational, apart from the bit we've done. So that bit looks really nice. That bit looks dreadful because that's now been thrown there. That needs sorting out. That still hasn't even been touched. That needs to be repaired. That's not moved. And this just looks even worse than what it did when I built it. So plan of attack now is to end the video, because I genuinely cannot remember how long this video is, what was actually done in this video. I think we started moving that. I think it was supposed to be, it was actually, wasn't it? It was supposed to be me moving all the bits and pieces from underneath the table, and it didn't work. So there's a load of footage that you didn't see. So I got angry and didn't even upload that. So then we started again fresh, and then the room didn't dry off. So that upload's already happened. So there's a big leak. I need to refelt the whole roof, and I just haven't got time to do that. I just need to get the materials. I've got the materials. I just need to get up there when it's not raining or super, super windy or icy and freezing cold. So the next upload from this is going to be placing the Avengers Tower and Daily Bugle, but you will see this upload before I start to place these, because I need to do some unboxing videos today. So these are literally just going to be in the backdrop, and then we will go from there. So then the video to follow this video will be productive, because we're going to have all of the Marvel and DC stuff and the first 2024 build that is going to go with this amazing set. And another problem with the new edition, it definitely is not going to fit in that gap. So guys, you have come for a weird and wonderful whirlwind of a ride. I told you this disaster series really is about my life. This is more rehab now than what it was. Bit of therapy for me. So guys, if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But like I said, we'll get on to this on the next upload. There's loads to move, loads to smash, loads to break. So catch that in next week's. Any ideas of what I should try and start to pair up and group together? Anything else that can go within that mythical section? Again, obviously just let us know, and let me know what you think of the layout of that Harry Potter section. But guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll see you next one. Ta-da.